It's actually recording right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw the countdown.
This is where my cue to come in. I had one job and I just failed. I saw. Hi. I will say this is the most comfortable that you're ever going to see me on this podcast because I am here with all of my besties. This podcast is about friendship and best friends. And we had a girls' trip this weekend. And since we were all going to be in the same state, we decided to bring our podcast equipment and do this podcast together. So we'll see what I paid them all off already to not reveal too many secrets, but we'll see how that goes. It wasn't very much money.
And I paid them off to reveal all the secrets.
Oh Lord! And she has a job, and I don't right now. So I think
I barely
she might
have
win.
a job. I barely have a job.
So I'm Jen, as you know, and this is my best friend Becky, and this is my best friend Christy, and obviously you know Karyl. She's my new best friend, but we have been friends for a long time. And that's where I'm going to stop talking. And I want you guys to just tell us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, how long we've been friends, like where you live. And then we'll just
Am I going first?
Yeah.
we'll just
I'm Becky. I'm in Arizona. And Jen and I have been friends since 9th grade.
I didn't realize it was 9th grade.
I think it's 9th or 10th, actually.
Wow.
She was friends with my sister first.
And then she stole me.
Stole her away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
She used to come over and hang out with Angela.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And then I
awesome.
was like, oh, Jen. Hey.
And we just
Yeah.
clicked. And then who do we got here?
I'm Christy, and I live in San Diego, California.
She's the one that never left. Everybody.
I did not leave.
We all
I'm
grew
still
up
there.
after we met each other. Yeah.
And I've been friends with Jen since we were in 7th grade. So like 12, 13.
Wow.
Mhm.
We literally grew
For a
up
coon's
together.
age. Been
Yeah.
friends for a coon's age.
Is that what they say in the
No,
country?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I always wonder what that meant.
A what? A raccoon? A raccoon's age.
Yes, a raccoon's age. Yes. I'm so sorry. Should have that was not nice. A raccoon. When you said that, I was like,
raccoon. Oh, okay.
raccoon.
Yeah, for those that don't know.
I'm
I
sorry.
know because I used to go to Missouri. in
I told her. I
summertime.
told her
I'm from Kentucky,
earlier
I'm
that I had to
sorry.
eat it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
my grandma made
Your
it.
grandma made it.
Oh, God.
I told her.
Lord.
I had to eat coon.
Yeah, we did. I was vegetarian at the time.
Oh, my
and had
God.
to
You
eat coon
gotta
because I
tell
did
that
not want to.
story.
Sorry. We'll
Okay.
get back.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
We'll get back to that.
Raccoon.
I'm like sweating now.
It's all
Are you
the bright
sweating in
light.
this jacket?
Oh, I am
No.
sorry. I'm taking my jacket
Wait,
off.
look at this jacket. This is we just went to the Madonna
Oh, yeah.
concert last night. That was part of our girls trip, and we all got shirts. And she got the special VIP package, so she got a jacket. It's like reversible.
Yeah.
That's this side, and you can reverse it to the other side too.
You
Please show them the jacket. 'Cause this
model
is
it,
awesome.
Becky. Yes.
For those of us that grew up on Madonna, you can appreciate
You
this
got it, girl.
sweetness.
Here's
Get into
The other side.
room.
Oh, show
It's
the
just
back.
black.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very nice jacket.
Yes, cute.
And you don't have it, and neither do I.
And we can't buy it.
You
gotta
can't
get
buy
the
it.
If I
VIP.
lose
Right.
enough weight, I can get one.
You had to have the VIP. So
That's an inside joke about the weight thing.
It can happen. You never say never.
Hey, it will happen.
Yeah,
I
like
did.
that better.
Yeah, it will happen.
We have so many things that we could actually talk about, and like as I just look at you guys, I'm just like, there's just so much stuff.
I know. I can't wait to
30-something
sit back and
years
just
ago.
listen.
It's
I just want to
crazy.
listen.
I'm sorry, I need to come over more.
So, how long have you guys been friends? I know you said like seventh grade.
Is it like 30 some
ninth
years? I can't do
grade.
math right now.
What?
Huh?
You're not that
30
old.
some years?
35
I
years.
don't know.
35?
Yeah.
So 33?
Yeah.
About?
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Wow. That's awesome.
But I won't, on that note, yeah, we've been friends for a long time, but as we all know, we're all moms. Life happened.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't like always connected all of these years. Like
Yes.
there were several
Yeah.
years where we went
Gaps.
where we didn't talk because we were busy raising kids,
Yeah.
going through
Yeah.
divorces, doing other stuff, you know.
Mhm.
But I don't know about you guys, but every time we would reconnect, it was just like we had just talked.
Like time.
No time.
Like no time had
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah.
And we just picked right up
Right.
where we left off.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've lost contact with a couple of my best friends I was friends with since elementary school. We've not really talked a lot in the last 5 or 6 years. And I'm hoping we can rekindle, but we have went through stints where we didn't speak much. But when we did meet up, it was like no time had passed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no friendship like that kind of friendship with that kind of history.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And I think I'm glad that you got to see us in action over the past few days.
In real
I
action.
You
love
get to see
it.
like
I love
people that actually
it.
grew up together
Because you
and how
love
we
each
just
other.
like,
Yeah.
and then we just say anything to each other.
Yeah,
We
and
don't-
you
we
love
just-
each other like
say
sisters,
whatever.
family.
We're
I'm
family.
not joking
I would
about
say the
it.
friendship is evolved to family.
Yeah,
swallowed
family.
wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
You good?
It wasn't.
Why are you joking?
I swallowed wrong.
Wait, what were you thinking?
I wasn't. I really did swallow wrong.
Oh, okay.
It was true.
So I say no secrets here.
There are
Maybe
no
a little,
secrets.
maybe a few.
Oh, man.
So I'm basically going to sit back, and if I have a question I'm going to ask, but I just kind of want to like let you guys kind of go with the flow. I want to hear your all's thing.
Our story.
Yeah, your story.
Mm. Am I driving
I don't know.
this?
You are the
I
driver.
don't even know.
So
what
what's
to
the most
say.
memorable experience you guys have had that sticks out in your mind? Like from not adulthood, but like middle school, high school.
Probably
What
skating.
happened?
Probably
Skating?
skating
Really?
because we skated every Wednesday.
That's
I did not.
awesome.
Which was an actual school
Hey, you
night.
did go sometimes.
I did, but I was
Yeah, I was
not
like-
a skater.
Yeah, I was like. you
She
did
was
go.
not in the movie Roll Bounce. She didn't try out. Let's just say that.
Not me. I was a spectator.
Yeah.
Holding
yeah,
on
we
to
did
the wall.
go every Wednesday night. And that was a school night. That was
That's
a big deal
awesome.
to go on a school night.
Mhm.
I remember and like get up the next morning and go to school, but we always got up the next morning and went to school.
Yeah.
Even and we went like 30 minutes away.
Well,
from where we
sometimes I
lived.
played roller hockey. Remember after hours? It was
After
like-
they
Oh,
closed.
God.
Yeah.
I forgot about
You
that.
guys lived a totally different life than I did.
We did.
Yeah, totally different. You guys had beaches, roller rinks that you went to in school the next day. You had to be
Yeah.
rich to go to a roller rink where I grew up.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I forgot to
Wow.
say we grew up
You
in
had to
San
have some
Diego.
money.
Right.
So we were
Very
definitely
different. So I love
Cali
hearing this.
girls.
And you were talking about how you guys would leave school and go get lunch, right?
Oh, yeah,
At
we had open
restaurants.
campus.
No,
Right on
hell
campus.
no. Like, we weren't even allowed to even step outside at our school. And then if
I
you
used-
wanted to go to a restaurant, it was
Yeah.
45 minutes away anyway. So.
Oh man.
I used to load a lot of people in my car.
Too many.
A lot of people.
See, I'd love hearing this.
Yeah, so
I
we
got
had
pulled over
off-campus
one
lunch.
time.
Yeah.
I got pulled over and he came out and he was like, I need you to step out of the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm drunk. And everyone else just stayed in the car.
Wait, it wasn't a car. It was a station
Yeah, it was a
wagon, and
station
it was a
wagon.
stick shift. So like her first car was a stick shift. So we were in a
And I had like
station
11
wagon.
people
She's
in
a
there.
real woman.
Yeah.
That does
There
not
was, like-
surprise me.
Yeah, and there was like 11 people in there. And then she was like,
Laps, trunk.
yeah.
The
remember?
trunk, too, yeah.
No, in
Yeah.
the trunk I had, it was lawn chairs in the
Yeah.
trunk that they used to sit in. Yep.
Yeah. So
I like open up the hatchback and they'd all climb in.
we got pulled over on our way
Got
back.
pulled
from lunch.
over. Yep. And then he got me out of the car and he took me to the back of the car and he had me look at the tires and he's like, doesn't this look weird? And I'm like,
What was wrong
no.
with them? What was wrong
Like-
with the tires?
Nothing.
Too much
It
Were
was
weight.
they
low.
low?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. He goes, doesn't it look a little low to you? And I'm
He's like,
like,
it's a low rider in the
"Oh,
back."
well." And it was right when they did the seatbelt law. Like just
Oh.
put it in.
Mm.
And so he was like, everyone needs to get out and walk except for the people that can be in seatbelts. So everyone had to walk back to school. Oh yeah, from where we were.
Were you one of
They
them,
were
Jennifer?
not very many.
I don't think so. Did
No.
I stay in? I
stayed
think I
in.
got to stay in.
I think you stayed in.
I had the best friend
I
card. So
wasn't
I was
walking.
staying.
Yeah.
I wasn't walking.
Nope.
I had a couple people. My closest one stayed in, and then the rest walked. And then I had to tell my mom she had to go to court with me. So,
Oh, God.
but the judge dropped it. So
Oh, wow.
because he said it
She's
was
a good
too.
friend.
He
She
said
was
it,
trying to get us all healthy lunch.
Okay.
Taco Bell.
it was Taco Bell.
Bean and cheese burrito.
That's
Hey.
This is when it was really cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably like 39 cents or
Exactly.
I go
something.
there every day.
Mhm.
but because they just put that law in place, he dropped it. But I did have an overloading ticket, so I had to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's a good
Overloading
story.
ticket.
Holy shit.
Nice.
That's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to hear some of our stories growing up. So radically different.
It was a Mercury Lynx, in case everyone's wondering.
Ooh, it was.
I'm gonna Google
smoky
that.
sometimes too. The engine.
I did have to get rid of it because it was going to blow up. So.
Oh,
There was that.
ouch.
Then I got a Geostorm.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
My
That
mom
was
had
awesome.
one, and then I drove it to high school a few times, and it would overheat, and I would be
The Geostorm?
late. Yeah, I'd be late for
Oh, mine
school,
was
and I'd get
awesome.
detention. They didn't care that my car overheated, and I was sitting beside the road.
Oh my gosh, mine was awesome.
Did not
Yeah,
excuse
yeah.
the detention.
No, they're like too bad.
Yeah.
Her car payment was $172. I still remember that. And you had worked your job and paid for it. And
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, so that's how we bonded a lot. The other way that we bonded a lot was we played soccer together.
Oh, yeah.
And so we
I
had
didn't do that
soccer
either.
practice. She's just my sister from another mister.
Yeah. No soccer, no roller
soccer,
skating.
Yeah, we played soccer together. We were on the same soccer team. She was a forward, super fast. I was defense. And so we had that for a few years. We played soccer together too. So that's how we connected. How did we meet?
My cousin, Tanya.
Your face.
Oh, from Tanya?
Because when I moved up and started
don't
school,
I
uh-huh.
don't remember.
So she introduced me to all her friends. And Jen and me were the closest out of that bunch, for sure.
You know
I think
what?
my core memory when we were at Oak Crest is someone at Ocean Knoll, because my little sister was in kindergarten or something, and a sixth grader tripped her and kicked her playing hopscotch. So me and Jen walked there after school.
I don't even remember this.
And
My
then-
memory is horrible. I depend on them.
And I probably wasn't so nice to the sixth grader. They were nice to Kara from then on.
Big sis, activate.
Protector.
Hey.
We walked
Protector.
over to Oak.
Big sis activate.
Yeah. What else?
Everybody needs one of those.
Well,
Even
we
now.
almost had to be a big sis for you last night.
Yeah, I screwed up on that though.
She did not give us the LOL.
Okay, so wait.
Carol's jumping right into this.
I want to talk about the concert real
Yeah.
quick last night because that'll segue
Yeah, I
into this
screwed
cute
up.
story. So
No, you didn't.
we went to a Madonna concert. Thanks, Becky. She
Yeah,
coordinated
Thank
all
you.
coordinated
this.
it.
Oh, she
Got
made
all
my
the
dream come
tickets.
true.
It was amazing. Yes, it was amazing. But so we were all sitting in different sections. So like I was in a section, she was in a section, she was in a section, and they were at the front in the best section. And
You had good
You
seats.
had a great seat.
Yeah, you had great seats.
Front
yeah,
row.
I did too. Yeah, okay, yeah, I
You
did
got
have
to
the
see
seat. Okay.
Madonna's like little
Risque.
bits
Yeah,
going
she had-
on there.
It almost felt like a porn, but with clothes on. But yeah.
Definitely
Yeah, I got to see all
not
that.
even
I would
soft
expect
porn.
Nothing less.
Nothing less from Madonna.
So.
Yes.
I wasn't quite prepared.
But
I
we
tried to warn you. Remember when I
You
talked
did a
about
little
when I
bit.
took
But I thought that was
Gracie?
like a past tour, so I thought, oh, maybe it'll be. She's old now, 65. I didn't think that, but
She's still tight.
she is. Yeah.
yeah. But we she got a VIP thing where she got this special VIP bag and stuff inside the bag. And all of a sudden we had this group chat that we started just so we could all, stay in contact with her because we're sitting in all these different spots.
for safety.
For safety, yeah. And then she sends a text in the group chat. And what did your text say?
I don't remember some
Does
else.
anybody have their phone?
Yeah.
I was about
Can you pull it
Wait,
up?
pull that up. Let's get this
It's
quoted
here.
correctly.
Is it this one?
Yeah. Oh, we won't say what the name of the group chat has been changed to several times. We've
I
had several
changed it to
different
mine.
names.
That's not my name anymore.
Oh.
I'm
Mine's
looking.
just the material
I think
girls.
it might be up here.
So
Where
she
is it?
puts in the group chat that
My
the
butt's
bag that she
showing.
got, VIP bag, that you had to pay extra money to get this.
Ready?
What does it say?
I said,
Hold on, here
I
we
know,
go.
we passed it
Oh.
up. I said, I busted a cap and got it back.
After
I have
she
a
said
black
someone-
eye now.
Someone took my VIP bag.
She first told us that someone took
How?
her VIP
What?
bag.
I'm gonna come sit by me. She says, I busted a cap and got it back. I have a black eye now. That's it.
But there's no LOL. There's
And
no
no more
emoji.
responses to our do you need us? Come sit by us. Do you need help? No more responses.
And I promised her husband Jeremy that we'd take good care of her. And I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, do I have to go up to section 107 and start fighting?
I'm all dealing with Gracie. Look, she's
I will
whooping.
fight.
She's whooping some butt up there.
But she didn't tell us LOL, so we didn't
Well,
know.
I put it on airplane mode. I was trying to save battery, so I could keep filming Madonna, and I never put it back on regular.
So yeah. So we're all concerned, texting, are you okay? Do you need me to come up there? And then I'm looking for her, and then I don't see her. I'm looking up, I don't see her. And then finally I look up and I see her, and here's
I'm
what
probably
she's
feeling
doing.
laughing.
I'm like, oh, she's fine. If her black eye is black, then she can see. So she's good.
Let me tell you, I did Jerry wrong too. I sent a text message that said, I'm getting ready to cry. And then I went to airplane mode. And he was so scared all that long. He texted me this morning, is everything okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you epic fail on
Oh
your
my
text.
gosh.
But then tell us the story. What happened with your bag? So that got taken.
Yeah, and these two, well, I was looking everywhere. Like I had put my phone on like flashlight. I was looking everywhere. Where's my bag? I was looking everywhere. These two girls beside of me is like, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm looking for my bag. It's gone. And they're like, oh, those two girls in front of you took it. And they said they were going to keep it. I was like, they can't. My credit cards are in it. My ID is in it. I need to get back to Kentucky. You know, they can keep the credit cards, but I need my ID to get back home. And they're like, well, and I was like, hey, they said you have my bag. I need it. And they were I could tell they were getting ready to make an excuse. And I cut them off and I said, look in the bag. My ID's in there. It is my bag. I need it. Give it back. I was like really.
So
pissed.
she might have been ready to
Yeah.
get a black eye or
Yeah.
give one, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, okay, here, we're sorry. It's just like, and I was like, okay, that's good enough. I thought I was going to have to fight for my Kentucky ID to get home.
If you piss you off, that's
But a
something. 'Cause you're one of the
can of
nicest
whoop
people I ever met. So to piss off Karyl was something you
Yeah, if you piss me off, it's really bad.
Yeah, you did something
Yeah,
wrong.
if I get angry, it's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was about to go up in my Madonna gloves with the thing.
The bows.
And I kept putting it on airplane mode.
Yeah. So that was funny.
And she let me charge my phone up to, I don't know, 60% and I still went dead. Because
That was a good thing.
I took 1,200 videos on my phone. I was like, and most of them are of myself.
No.
So I had to go through my
1,200?
phone. A lot of them. I had to go through my phone and like delete. Why is that on there? Why am I
my
filming
God.
myself? My phone. That's why it went dead. I just
Yeah.
couldn't stop filming.
She's living her best life.
Yeah.
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 How else did we connect? How else did we? So we met through Tanya, 7th grade. So we were at Oakcrest,
We were at Oakcrest.
and then we just been hanging out ever since.
Yeah. Spend the night at my house. I spent the night at your house. I like going to your house more, I think.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Do you guys have any crazy stories? What's
Well,
your
I-
most
And I
memorable
remember one
you
I
time
have
guys-
a
spending the
core
night in
memory.
Mom in that movie, like some scary movie. I'll never, like something about the woman in white or something. I don't even know if that's a movie, but there was some scary movie. We were home alone. Mom was gone, and there was creepy noises. Like I just have some weird, like those kind of memories. But I
Speaking
think
of
it's
memories, like I just have to point out, as far as memory goes, like she has the memory of what we call the memory of an elephant. Like she can literally remember everything that happened from like 1982 going forward. Like, so if she says it happened, I just basically believe her because I can't remember anything. On the other hand, like I think I have early onset Alzheimer's or something. I can't even remember what I did 2 days ago.
I was trying to look. I'm
It's
trying
like
to
an
find.
old-fashioned scary movie.
Is it in it?
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
the woman in white.
Women
Mystery.
in White.
Oh,
I remember.
I
There was
believe
nights.
you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Now I want to watch it.
But
It's
my
creepy.
core, you know what my core memory
tense.
with you is? My core memory with you is remember when you stayed, you lived with a Mormon family,
Mhm.
and one of my core memories is going to seminary with you in the morning.
Oh, in the morning
school.
before school. That's early.
It was like 5 o'clock. in the
We'd leave
morning.
at 5:30.
Wow.
It started at
And I went
6.
with you. Yeah, that was so.
But if
cool.
she would spend the night, you had to go to seminary because
Yeah,
that's where we were going.
That's what
I had
was
2
happening.
foster brothers, so they drove. They had a car. They were the same grade as me, the Confortos.
Yeah,
And then
I remember that.
there was a lot of good memories of that.
Yeah. And you were just.
But
always,
it'd be early.
You were super boy crazy. I remember that about you.
Didn't mean anything. They weren't crazy about me.
So she was always boy crazy. Like everywhere. Oh, did you see him? Look over there. You were boy crazy. Yeah. You always
eyes
did
Didn't
are
you
that.
live,
open.
didn't you
Down
live
with the
at
boys.
one point in the apartments right next to Oakcrest?
Yeah.
Because I remember
That's where
going
Jen
to
and I walked when we went up
Okay, because
for
I
our
remember
first kid,
going.
for my first kids.
I remember going to those apartments.
Yeah.
So
You participated
To
in
see
her
you.
first
I
kiss.
don't remember that.
Yes.
Who
We
was
just
it?
talked about
Wait,
it.
who was it? What's
I
his
don't know
name?
who
Oh
I
wait,
was
we don't
with.
want to say his name.
We just talked about it yesterday.
No,
And
I
again,
said.
I've
We
already.
were
I
up
said-
at Oakcrest Park on 2 different benches.
Always
What
say,
was
just
that?
don't say last names if you don't
I
know.
wasn't,
Oh!
there. I wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, I do remember this. Yeah, I was just so engrossed in my own thing. I guess. hanging out. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you guys become friends? Through me?
Oak Crest.
I don't know.
I think I was because we also like Jenny Cressy.
If you
like
met
there was
her
a
at
different.
Oak Crescent, I had to have met her at Oak Crescent.
I know,
Oak
but it
Crescent
was
went to 8th
different.
grade.
Yeah, but we didn't.
No. We went to 9th grade back then.
It went to 9th grade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
7th to 9th.
Yeah, but we
junior
started
high,
hanging out
yeah.
in 9th or 10th. It might have been 10th.
No.
Yeah.
It was way before that.
It might have been when we got to the high school.
When we sang Greatest Love of All, were you hanging out with Jen or not at promotion?
That was 6th grade for me. We sang Greatest
No, we sang that at Oak Crest too.
We did?
Uh-huh.
I sang that at
She has the
middle
memory of an elephant, so
Yeah,
she's
she
right.
wins.
I
Okay.
wasn't in elementary school, so I wasn't there
Okay.
for that.
Yeah. You win.
One
I
for
don't
Christy.
One for Christy,
We
0 for
must have
Jen.
been. We were probably just in classes, and then
Yeah.
because it was the different because I think Jenny Cressy and then there's Chris Went. Like I think that whole group.
Right.
But I was friends with Jen more through like Tanya and that group. Who else were you friends
Right.
with in junior high?
I was friends with a lot of people.
Yeah,
but I
everyone.
found that I was with that girl that jumped from group to group. But I found that the group that was doing the things that I wasn't comfortable with, I separated myself
Fast.
from them fast because I wasn't about to have sex
And I
or
think that's
smoke
why
weed
we were so
or any of that. Like so I
Okay.
separated
Yeah.
myself from them, and I just.
I think that's how we stayed close, like
I just
sisters.
jumped.
But
yeah,
yeah,
I kind of just jumped.
we had some
and
groups
just- I
like
was
that in
friendly with
junior
everybody.
high. Truly, in junior high, yeah.
So what, like songs? Because I love music, and I know you guys
Express
do too.
yourself, Salt and Pepper.
Yes, sir. Say, what songs stick out for high school for you?
High
Like
school. Don't fight the
Middle school,
feeling
high
by
school?
Too Short.
Oh, yeah, we did. a
Don't
lot.
fight the feeling by Too Short. It's a 9-minute song. Go ahead and Google that. And yes, we know every word.
DJ,
And I still can do it.
and
to
DJ
this day.
Quick.
Oh, DJ Quick. Yeah.
And whatever, and what other kind of things was the in thing to do?
Gosh.
Like even silly things like puff paint on t-shirts.
Oh,
That might-
spinners. Remember we could go make
I
those
don't
shirts
know.
at that place? You
Tie
put
dye
paint
shirts.
on and then
Remember
they'd
you?
spin
Remember
around.
you could go into the mall and sing.
You guys
You
had
could,
a
like-
mall.
Oh yeah, we
Remember
had that.
Remember you could.
That's
you
big.
could
We didn't have a
make your
mall.
own cassette
I think in junior high and the beginning of high school
What?
too, we would like all go down to the movie theater. on
Oh yeah,
Friday
there
nights.
we go.
Yes.
That's huge. That
Yeah.
was huge. Movies
Every
on
Friday
Friday
night.
night. Like
Oh
going
my
to
God.
AMC.
Yep.
AMC.
And I lived and I lived at the apartment right at the top of the hill.
And then remember when your parents would drop you off and you'd beg them to drop you off like a block away so you could look cool, like you were walking up, like you came by yourself.
Or use the.
I would. I'd
or
walk
use
down
the
the hill.
Or use the payphone.
I would. I'd walk down the hill. Oh, we
Or
had
use the
payphones
payphone
back
and call
then,
collect.
and they
say,
wouldn't
"Come pick me
answer.
up."
That was us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say, "Come
Yeah.
pick me up."
When they ask me what your name is, it's like,
Right.
pick me up
Pick me
now.
up, I'm ready.
My name is Pick Me Up Now.
Do you guys hear that? They had a mall. We didn't even have a Walmart until like 1992.
Dang.
So
What's that thumbs up?
I love it. I
Well,
don't
you know
know.
why? Because it picks it up. I don't know. It picks it up. There's like these new things, new handy mode.
I'm so
hand
like
things you can
Amy
do
is
that
we
from
make
our
it
already-
childhood.
Yeah. So
We
now
should
we're
take-
trying to do it.
I don't know.
If we do this, it's supposed to
Every
be
time you do
balloons.
it, it
I have
comes
balls
up.
now.
But it's not doing it now.
I said we should
I
take
have
poor Carol to the
moles
mall every
now.
time we see her now.
We're trying to make things happen, but it's not. It's okay.
It must be a word. I think it's when we say a word. Maybe it gives it.
Thumbs
I've
up.
seen the thumbs up.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
Like-
the movies was huge. The other one that for me, that I remember is going to the Carlsbad Mall. Like I used
Yeah.
to going to the mall was
Always go to the
huge.
mall, yeah.
Like and going shopping.
Yeah.
Or just not even shopping. You were just like going to be cool, hang out with your friends, and walk through
Yeah.
the mall and look cool.
Yeah.
You know? And remember Guess jeans with a little triangle on
Oh
your
my
butt?
God.
How cool you were if
If
you
you
wore
didn't
Guess
have that-
jeans
Yeah, I do remember that. Even Eastern Kentucky, they even have it. If you didn't have that on your butt,
on your butt.
you were poor.
Yeah.
Which we
Guess
were all poor
jeans.
anyway. So if you
So
had that on
we-
your
I
butt,
had one pair.
I had one pair.
you
I had one
been a
pair. My
millionaire.
dad sent me a pair, and it was too small. And I was like, "Oh
But
no,
you
I'm
fit in
wearing
them.
them."
Yep.
Yep.
You laid on that bed.
Yep,
didn't
I
you?
laid on that bed, and
Suck
then,
it in.
and then I stuck a hanger through it, and then Angela pulled. Well, I pinched it together, and she
Andrew's her
pulled up,
sister.
and
her
then
stepsister.
and then we would go, and then I would wear them around, and then I couldn't sit down, so I'd stand everywhere because I
Becky,
couldn't.
have a seat. Oh no, I'm good.
And then when I would sit, it would be like this,
So you
laying
could
down.
breathe.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I couldn't move.
Because she
And
was.
then she would.
she was-
They would have to help me back up because I couldn't bend my knees or anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
And you're turning blue.
Then I think
Yeah.
about
but I did wear those. There was no way. It was
you
that
got more
messy
mature in
Okay.
high school faster than us.
Okay, did you guys
Yeah.
have hypo color shirts
Start dating
or
some
what
of
was it? The shirts that turn color? and you-
Hypercolor.
Yeah, did you
Genera.
guys
The
have
hypercolors,
those?
if you touch the shirt on them,
Yeah.
the handprint.
I didn't
Yeah.
do
We
that.
did.
It changed
Oh.
color.
In junior high.
That was a big
I
thing.
think
And,
that was more junior high.
and I think Big Johnson t-shirts was a big thing.
No,
Not
we
for us.
were not us.
We were West
The
Coast.
Big Johnson
Not on
means
the West Coast,
Does
I
it mean the
guess.
same thing? Does Big Johnson mean the same for you in Eastern Kentucky?
I'm gonna
Well, we
say,
wouldn't
I'm
have-
gonna say
I was not allowed to have
Quicksilver.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had all the
Quicksilver
surfer
or something
brands.
like that would have been.
Yeah. I mean, we
Not
grew
big.
up at the beach. So, like, literally at our high school, one of the electives, like for PE, you could take
Surf.
surf PE
Yeah.
and like go to the beach and actually
What
surf.
the
Yeah.
hell?
Yes, that's
Mhm.
where we grew up. It was crazy. I didn't realize how
We
good
barely
had
had
it,
a
like-
pool.
Or you could just leave school and go to the beach.
We barely
Yeah,
had a
on
pool.
one-
135.
Yes.
On 135.
And
I-
dip,
yes,
and not
when
go
I
to
was
class.
a teacher's aide.
Potato Shack.
Yes, but that's one of our
We did,
core. Yeah,
yeah.
we went to Potato Shack often.
I loved
You
Rico's
didn't
taco
know,
shop.
though,
Oh
did
my
you?
gosh.
No,
It
she
was-
didn't.
it
It
was
was us with
us.
Stephanie
Wait,
Costello.
were
Yeah.
you guys ditching?
Oh
Or
no, and
was
Melissa,
it ditching?
a grade older in science. We had science together, and we did go to Potato Shack. We would even play a game
Yeah.
called Left Right, and we'd drive out and just go left or right and just go. We
Wait,
would
were
just
you
say it.
ditching?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
why
All
I wasn't
the
with them because
time.
I didn't ditch. I was a good girl. I didn't do anything.
Well,
And
she
they-
went
and
straight
they-
to a university, a
And
big
remember-
university at
remember
that,
when
and
they-
that was not my trajectory.
Remember
that
when they
time.
started sending police officers to Potato Shack?
Sure,
We'd
yeah.
hide inside
Yeah.
the
Oh
in
my
the
god.
in
Yeah.
the booth. We're like,
they
don't
were
let them see
horrible.
us.
We
That
did
was-
love
yeah.
Potato Shack.
They
We'd
knew
go
not to
there
invite
pretty
me to
often.
that. They knew I wouldn't do it. I was
No.
too much of a goody two
And then we went to senior boat dance with Jen.
Why does that keep popping up?
No, I didn't go. What?
See?
Yeah, I've been
Because
seeing it.
When you put your thumb up, it shows.
No,
Put
I
your
don't think it's a
thumb up.
thumb. No, it's some.
Are
Is
we
someone on
live?
it? We are. Are we live?
Are we live? They're thumbsing us.
There's
No.
thumbs up happening.
That would be
No, it's
hilarious.
not.
I can see.
I've been
Sierra-
seeing it for a while.
It's
The first
okay.
time
Sierra's
I looked
over there
over, I
thumbing
was,
up.
Sierra's doing
Right.
it. She's on it.
They're,
Yeah, she's
they're,
making it
they're
happen.
old
She's
people.
out.
They're old people. They don't know what they're doing.
I remember that the boat one.
Because there's a picture of us. Jen didn't go with
Yeah.
us. We went. We were on the
Okay.
fence. Do we go? Not. And we did.
Right. I
You
wasn't
guys were
gonna go.
ditching a lot. How'd you all graduate?
Well, my 135 day was teacher's
Yeah.
aide, teacher's aide, teacher's aide.
Cheater.
So when you're a teacher's aide for 3 different teachers, that's kind
Wait,
of.
you were a teacher aide for science, right?
I was for health and for psychology and for PE.
Oh,
See
my
how she
God,
remembers
you
all
guys
that
are so
quickly?
funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would change the grades for us when you're grading.
You
Yeah.
graded?
There was
You
someone,
got to
yeah,
grade?
yeah. There was someone that used to grade for one of our.
No, I don't think I would have done that.
I would have passed
Okay,
everybody.
someone did.
I think I would have been too.
There was a science class, and I did know the teacher's aide, and
That was
they
not
changed
me.
the grade.
Wow. Wow.
I did not falsify
I didn't
grades.
have those kind of hookups. I didn't
I
need
had
it though, I guess.
100%.
You were in
That's
higher
like
classes than me.
I just did the
I
homework.
didn't really
Yeah, I didn't have that. I just had basic classes.
and it pushed. I didn't
Regular.
maximize my
Regular
potential
classes.
for sure.
Yeah.
No,
I
It's
did
so funny
easy.
how
no AP or
Consumer
honors for
math.
me.
no, it's
Geometry
so funny how
and
it
then
all
stuff.
works out. So she hated school. Barely. I mean, you graduated, but you weren't at school half the time. But now she's the one that has a master's degree. You have the highest degree of any of us. You have a bachelor's, right?
Mhm.
Where'd you go to school?
SDSU,
And what's your bachelor's in?
social work.
And what did you get your bachelor's in?
Teaching. Well, bachelor's was in teaching, and then I got my master's in leadership. So I
Oh
could be a
my
principal.
God.
Well, she was also a wife and a mama for. Anywho.
And it's a full-time teacher as she was
Yeah.
getting her admin credential.
Yeah, don't
Even
even
our
ask.
one girls weekend up in Oceanside, and you're taking your tests online. We're
Yep,
like, holy moly.
yep. And then I
Yeah.
got mine in mass communications, and I stopped after that. I tried to go back and get my master's when I was a wife and a mom, but it was just too
Yeah.
hard. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just didn't have it in me.
And I was still stuck in the 1950s where you just hope to get married and
Yeah.
have a family.
We started off more that way. Not getting married, but having a family right away.
But now we all know that the family piece of it is the most important.
We're like
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 years behind you guys.
But now we know the family piece is the most important piece.
Yeah.
And having these relationships and the friendships.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but now that I'm 48,
I'm not yet.
Okay, you're younger than me.
Oh my gosh, I'm not yet.
She's
either.
not yet
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, respect your
I'm
elders.
42.
What year were you born?
I thought I like doing math.
Do the math.
What year are you?
born?
77.
So you're just 1 year younger than
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to be 47 whenever your birthday is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she
Okay.
just turned
But
46.
you
We're
just
about
Stopped
to be
counting.
48.
I
Yeah.
stopped counting when
We're all
I
the
turned
same.
30.
Yeah.
When I turned 30, I stopped counting. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even
cares?
keep track.
I did. I stopped counting. I was like, who cares?
I don't know.
No.
You just have to do the math now. Like,
My kids keep track for me.
yeah.
I always forget.
They always tell me.
And I
what
just
holiday.
forgot what I was talking about. What was I saying that for?
Now that you're
Oh,
40.
now that we're this old, for me, especially like rekindling these relationships that we have over the
I
past
love
several
it.
years, like this is what's important to me. And like when I go to date someone, when I make sure that I tell them what's important to me is to make sure I still have time for my friends. I don't want to start dating you and then all of a sudden now I'm available when they call me on FaceTime and I can't go hang out with them and we can't go on a girls trip because now I'm with somebody. I'm
agree.
like, nah,
Yeah.
like this is what's important to me and this is what makes me happy. And like I don't think I've ever been this comfortable just being on a podcast until y'all just are just having their presence, just being in the presence. Sorry, of people.
Oh, no, I love it. No, I get it.
And know you and love you no matter what. I mean, you guys treat me the same, whether I was 360 pounds, whatever I am now. Like you guys have always been there for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forever.
I mean, well, when friends become family, I think that's the difference. You have to get through the hard times, even bickering amongst friends at times.
You bicker because you love each other.
Yeah. But I think it's also
That's
like,
all.
and as you grow, you get to a point where you're not willing to let go of something that matters so much.
Yeah.
So you have to get yourself to a place to.
Yeah. I definitely
Fight
got to
for the
reconnect with a
relationships.
couple of girls that because I got through that. They didn't even realize it at the time because I didn't share with them, but they got me through a lot of shit that they didn't even realize I was going through. Their homes were my sanctuary.
Yeah.
And I never told them that, and I wish I had at the time.
But you can now. It's never too late.
Yeah.
And if you have, once you have tight friendships, it does not matter how many years. It doesn't even matter if belief systems are different. Like you have to intentionally like care more about the relationship than, in my opinion.
Put your pride.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you get caught up in your own life and your own shit that you sometimes you let your friendships go, and it's
100%.
You're not nurturing in the way you should. I think that comes with wisdom as we get older.
Yeah, for sure.
But it comes with wisdom. So I try not.
I
to
feel
beat
like they're
myself
more
up
important
over it.
too. Also because when you're older, it's so much harder to make friends.
Mhm.
Yeah,
than when you're younger.
So you guys, that's what's so neat about watching you guys.
Unicorn, to have met her. Like,
Like,
it doesn't even happen.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
We always talk about that too. How like, it's hard. It's like we have friends, but we're all over the country. I'm in Michigan. You're in San Diego. You're in Arizona. You're in Kentucky. It's like,
and then you want to make friends that's people who are authentic, not trying to put on this facade. I can't say
Correct.
that.
Right.
That their life's perfect, and then you also in a
Like,
friendship don't feel like you ever measure up, right?
Right.
So like
a
you
long
have to
time
just,
ago, I would have never shared a lot of things with people. Like I was telling you about my brother.
Yeah.
Pulling over the side of the highway, cutting off a raccoon's tail, tying it to the antenna of his truck, and driving. I would have been so embarrassed. But now I'm just like, you know what? I am who I am from where I came from. It all fits together.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah. I kind of wish a long time ago, I really wish I learned it early in life just to be who I am.
I think, same.
Yeah.
Not please everybody.
Right.
It took me a while to get there, but
it took me losing almost everything in my life to get there.
Yeah.
I think you do in certain
I think that's why it's
circumstances,
harder to make friends when you're older.
Yeah.
Because you don't care.
Yep.
And you don't.
Well, and
we grew up
and
together.
like if you get to the right place in your life where you have your peace within your home,
I get it.
then you don't need to go seek outside more friendships, right? Like to cultivate it. You just want to stick to with what you have. Because if I can get off work and go home and read a book or call a friend and just be done, like I'm good. I don't need to go add more to that, because then it's also making yourself more available and giving up more.
But it's hard to find that people that are interested in the same stuff you are.
I agree.
Yeah. And
Or have the same core values,
it's
I
great.
think.
Like,
and sometimes you don't have to be.
You don't get along. So.
Like I love being friends with different personalities and things like that. I love it. Like I really love it. So I don't have to be. We don't have to be like interested in the same exact thing. It's just honestly, if you want to have fun and laugh and just cut up and really, that's it. I'm all about it. Having fun.
Yeah.
But being around those that you love is so important. And like, even when I take pictures and I post stuff on Facebook or like
Jen's house is full of pictures of everybody.
Yeah. So I can be happy when I go home.
Oh
but
my
like
God,
whenever I take
gorgeous.
pictures and I'm smiling, like even my friends on Facebook are like, you look so happy.
Yeah.
Like, because I was with people that actually love me. Like for me. Like, that's where I'm my happiest. So that's why when I get home and I get off the plane, I have an attitude in Michigan when I land in Michigan.
Well, you don't have to. You got Becky, you got Karyl, you got me. So
just alternate.
Right now, right?
I know, right?
You have a room at Becky's. I have an extra room in my house.
Going at mine too.
Oh, well, there you go. You don't have to go home.
Okay.
Travel around.
She could be bi-coastal, and then Arizona's close enough to me.
Exactly.
And I feel comfortable at everybody's house. Like, because
I told Jennifer, like, make yourself at home. Just make yourself do whatever you need.
She's like, you can stay as long as you want.
Yeah, I'm always like, stay as long as you want. You
I'm
stay
like
a
that
month,
too.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Same.
You want to move in?
Yeah.
Same.
You
So we've all
wanna
said the
move
same.
in?
So I guess you know. Wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
My family and Jeremy's family has adopted Jennifer.
Aw.
Everybody loves Jennifer.
Yeah.
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 She's a blessing that comes in anybody's life,
I agree.
for sure.
Yep. That's true.
I love that we love each other for our flaws and all, and we know like each
Oh, I
other's
have
weaknesses,
tons.
and like,
Yeah.
and we know we can just look at each other
Aw.
and just be like, yeah, just she needs about 10 minutes,
Right.
like, or she's really engrossed in
Yeah.
doing this, and she wants to get this done. Like with that flooring upstairs, I'm
Right.
like, yeah, Becky needs to finish the
Yeah.
I
flooring
need to
today,
finish. Yeah.
and you finish it
Right.
today, yeah. And
The
after
whole
we were done
room.
with it, yeah,
On
that's
the girls'
why we're recording
weekend.
this podcast so
Awesome.
late.
It was
Becky did the
awesome.
flooring for Rhea's room.
I was
and she
so
taught me how to
impressed.
do
Yeah,
it.
isn't that
She
neat?
waited
I
for
was
me to come so I
impressed.
could learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just
The
know
flooring
each
that
other
wasn't
so well.
supposed to start till Monday is already
Right.
completed
It's already
Sunday
completed,
afternoon.
Yeah.
And you know her flaws, and she knows your flaws.
Oh, I have a lot.
Yeah.
And you met me in a time in my life where I'm like, I don't give a F. I just want to have fun. I can roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which
10
is
years
a-
ago, probably was not like that.
Okay.
So
The right timing too,
I can
right?
just go
think
with it.
Right.
I just want to have fun.
God puts the people in your life when you need them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
How I roll.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I wanted to talk about. I have definitely 2 more things I want to ask
Oh,
about.
Lord.
Well, I want these stories to come out.
Okay. I want to hear.
First of all, let's talk about.
We're all
all
who is
nervous.
it?
Yeah, I'm a little like.
Don't be nervous. No, this one's gonna be easy. Let's talk about weight,
Oh.
because weight is an issue that obviously everybody knows that I've struggled with
I never had
in
an
the
issue with
past. But I wanted to talk about just our weight over the years, how we
Yeah.
struggled, how we
Me
haven't.
too.
And let's start with Becky. Becky, when you were a teenager, did you have a weight problem? Tell us about that.
No.
No.
Never.
Skin, no.
I what I wanted when I wanted.
Oh,
How
what
much
size
Taco
were you
Bell
in
could
high
you eat?
school?
I was like
0?
I was like 1 or 3.
Oh
think she was
my
like a
God.
cheerleader.
And I
Say
weighed
cute.
like 115, maybe 110.
Flat stomach.
And if you
Yeah.
ate a donut, what would happen to
Nothing.
you?
Nothing.
Oh,
I ate whatever I wanted.
Nothing. We're all a little bit of wait. We might be a little bitter here. We're all nothing.
We'd go to my house for lunch.
She'd eat a whole bag of Doritos, no big deal.
look at the Doritos and gain 2 pounds.
We'd
Anyway.
make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and I'd have like 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you wouldn't gain
High
any.
Nothing.
metabolism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you were so active though. Like looking back, like also you had
I
a high
ran
metabolism
track
and you
and
went,
soccer
but
and
you
all
were
that
so
stuff.
active.
You probably needed that.
But I did
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
metabolism. But
I still haven't found.
yeah.
But in high school, when we were in junior high and high school, you were always skinny to me.
I went up and down. I think I would think there was like, no, not always skinny.
But you were like always so like I remember you were always like aware of what you were eating. You were always like worried about it, if I remember correctly. Like it felt like you were always like
yeah, because I
trying
don't think
to
it was
make
so
sure
easy.
you were.
Yeah, maybe I didn't
a
start really
certain
gaining
size.
weight more till high school. I think. Yeah.
I didn't worry until I was in high school.
But I was never in my entire life like the size 2 or 3. Never.
Yeah.
That size skipped. I went from like 13, 14 in kids to like a 6 and like there was no 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like that didn't. I don't
Yeah.
recall those.
My daughter
sizes.
was a 00 until she had.
Nope.
Well,
But see, where we grew up in San Diego, all the girls were like,
I think
like
that's why,
ones
yeah.
and zeros.
Especially
so we compared
especially in
ourselves to
junior
that.
high.
Right,
And we
'cause
never
I,
fit
I
it.
always used to tell you, you're not fat. What are you
No, but
And
I'd
I
say you
always,
have
like,
you
I
have
always
Jen and
felt
me
fat,
who were
yeah.
taller, and just honestly like bigger boned
thicker.
also was part of it.
I was
and
very
thicker,
short
and
and
I think
petite.
everyone in all the friend groups we associated with were all pretty tiny and
Like
petite,
0.
and could wear
Size
the
0.
short mini
Yeah.
like that was the other style. The short like
Daisy
cotton
Dukes?
the mini skirts with just a tank top, right? Like
Yeah.
so you're like, oh, interesting, but
Yeah, that's
No.
all I wore.
yeah, but not me.
And it's
I did
okay.
not.
because I think I feel like it's us girls that we pin each other against each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I never thought I had a weight problem until I don't want to mention names but I was reminded every day that to watch what I eat, and I barely ate anything. Jeremy would sneak and bring me food to eat.
Aw.
God.
Yeah,
Really?
I did go through stages of that in high school too, though.
yeah, and I wasn't even big.
Uh-huh.
I was small.
Yeah.
I was like a 4, 6, something
Not-
like
But
that.
somebody gave you a complex.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody.
Mhm.
I would have laughed.
Even like
if they
family
told
does
me.
that too. I
Women
think.
need
Yeah.
to uplift women.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just don't. we are so hard on each other. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I was
And
pretty
then we
independent.
become hard on
so
ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
I was pretty independent. If anyone would have told me that, I would have been like, yeah.
Well, because
I
you
went,
weren't.
I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
Because you were never, like, I think if you're
No, but she was
borderline.
saying she was only a 4 or 6, which is
Yeah,
small.
But
Small,
I felt
small.
that
That-
in my mind
right.
because
Because
of
Someone
yeah,
gave
people
you a
in your
complex.
ear trying to give you
Yeah.
a complex.
people you love
Yeah.
telling you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's harder.
Still, I think.
Yeah.
So then after I started gaining weight, like when I was about, I feel like 17, 18. Like I felt like that's when I started to go over the top. My mom says it's because of my asthma and having to take prednisone and all. No, I think it was more so because of just poor eating habits.
Yeah.
I got with a
That's mine.
boyfriend. I started being at the
You're
crib
super-
more
yeah.
and not doing soccer
I
anymore.
would
and all
agree.
that.
Yeah.
And I gained a whole bunch of weight and then lost my weight. Now, you recently, she can't eat everything she wanted anymore.
Not
y'all.
anymore.
She had to join our crew.
Dun,
You know. I told her,
dun.
come on over, baby. I'll help you. But
The
she,
40s club.
It was,
Yeah.
the 40s.
When
Yeah.
was
The
it?
40s club.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you gained weight.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What in the world is
Well, I
going
didn't
on?
care.
Yeah, not till 40s. But you did not care.
I didn't care. I went on this
No.
whole rebellion thing.
You're like,
And
You
I was
embraced
like,
it.
I was like, whatever. Like,
I got
I
my
didn't-
man, I
yeah,
got my
whatever.
family, and I'm good.
Love weight.
and Aaron didn't care.
he liked
He was
it.
like, he was
Aw.
like, so then I was like, well, he didn't care. I didn't care. Well,
Yeah.
But then, I think I got on a scale one time. Is what it was.
One
And
time.
you saw the number.
One time.
And the number was?
I'm on it
No,
every
tell us
day.
the, you don't have to tell us the number, but was it as much as you were
It was-
when you were pregnant? With a
It was
baby?
more.
Oh. So what did
Yeah.
that do to you?
I was a little in shock.
Hmm.
So then, even
Oh,
though,
it was higher than what?
When she was
Yeah.
pregnant?
so even though I was like,
That's how I was.
am
even though I was
currently.
totally okay with it, then I wasn't okay with it when I saw the number, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What in the world? I've never been like this."
Mhm.
So then, you were doing those workouts, and I was like telling you that I need to lose weight.
She said,
Mhm.
get
You were
on.
like, come on, here, I'm gonna send this to you. Join in the thing. And so I'm like, all right. And so I did.
Wow.
That's what
Jennifer.
started
And I was shocked because
That's what I
before
don't
when I
work
tried to
out.
get her to exercise with me,
Yeah.
when
No.
I'd come here even, like she was like, nah, we
I
aren't
don't
doing
like-
that.
I don't like to
no,
work out,
we're
yeah.
not gonna go run and doing nothing.
Wow. Wow.
But
I
then
was
you joined
always
me.
like that.
I did not
yeah.
know that.
And how much did you
Wow.
lose over the past year? We've been doing that for about a year now. How much did you
It
lose?
was like-
About
30 pounds.
yeah.
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 I was
Oh, so you're
160.
telling me I should get back.
I was 160, and then now I fluctuate
And she's
between
little.
132 and 135.
And you say 160, but she's petite.
What,
Yeah.
How tall are you?
So
5'2", 5'3".
yeah.
I'm 5'8". What are you?
5'8", 5'9".
You?
Uh, 5'5".
Oh, you're so tiny. You guys are
No.
the little ones.
No.
Yeah.
The little
160.
pipsqueak.
big sis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to do something.
So how do you feel now that you lost? How hard is it to lose weight, Becky?
Oh my god, it's so hard.
Do you have a whole new respect
I
for
don't
people
even
that
know.
have a weight problem
Yeah. It's so
now?
hard.
Yeah,
So hard.
it's really hard. Where are you at?
But I had to watch what I ate too.
Now
And I
you
had to
do.
come up
I
with
do.
things. I had to come up like I can't eat after
That's what
7.
you-
I'm sitting here like thinking.
She's so good at that. I
Hey,
can't
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna lose weight this
What?
week.
I'm doing
She
what?
doesn't eat after 7.
Yeah, she's
Except for it's 8 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm eating.
yeah.
Except, but yeah,
Normally
this is
I
a
do
special.
not,
This is
yeah.
the girls' trip.
I
We
don't
were out
if I'm
outside.
really like me and my mom.
Yeah.
After 7 o'clock, we don't eat.
That's your
Right.
stop time too.
Yeah.
But it's 8
That's
It
smart.
is really.
But
it's-
I'm
it's
3
a life
hours. We're
changer.
3 hours.
So do you
Oh,
do
no,
intermittent
that's right.
fasting, or that's just
I
when you
should
stop? When do you start eating the next day?
I eat whenever I want.
Probably around 9 or 10.
So that's 5 plus 9. So that's
15.
you're at least
2
like
hours.
yeah, and that's intermittent fasting, which is
Basically, what I
huge.
told her
Yeah,
she'd been doing.
Yeah.
Because when we were in New York, you weren't ready till like 12.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
eat
you're
till
supposed
later.
to choose an 8-hour. If you're doing true intermittent fasting, you choose an 8-hour window, and it doesn't matter which order. So your cutoff time is 7, but some people that know they need a snack at 10 p.m. they just have to go way later the next day to eat. But it's you're supposed to, if you choose the 8-hour window, it's supposed to be effective.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not
Christy, on the
currently.
other hand, I believe, in my opinion, just knowing her for years, she's like a freaking like, if she wants to lose weight, she does it. She makes her mind up. It's time to do it. I'm gonna do it, and then she
Wow.
loses all her weight, and then she's fine.
Wow.
Like she's the one that can just do it.
Wow.
Like you make
Okay.
it look easy. Like no, you and what do you?
I'm
use
pretty
to
good.
lose
Like
weight?
one time I did
Wow.
like MetaFast. Like if I am given a more structured,
Mhm.
strict like diet like that, that I have to follow, like Weight Watchers I just signed up for again. But I also like, unfortunately, like part of a problem when you have a background in psychology, a psych degree, is you can psychoanalyze yourself. So I really truly believe, even when I'm miserable with myself, I sometimes think I choose to stay big so that if like the right man's not finding me or I'm not getting attention, then I can just be like, oh, whatever. Like, and then have an excuse for it.
Okay.
Honestly. So I think there's a lot of underlying things that cause me to like start going and then sabotage and then start going and then sabotage to be like, oh, well, not yet. But like when I want to, I'm ready to go.
And when you're ready to go, you do it.
I love that.
And it happens quick for you to me. Like I feel like I talk to you. I'm like, how much did you do this? Oh man, I'm down 20. I'm like, what? How did you do that already?
That hasn't been for a little. Yeah, but even last time I did Weight Watchers, which when I re-downloaded the app, I think it was like 2020 maybe. So like 4 years ago, it was I drop it pretty fast.
I will do it again. Since you just signed up, I'll do it again with you.
I love the app that you can put your stuff in. I think you hold yourself.
I will.
And I never used to do my weeklies. So my mom is also on it right now. No, and I never did. And that's actually how I consistently continue to lose weight. I think when people are new to it, and then I'm like, well, no, I think that you're given that. But if I'm given enough weeklies for 2 full days, I'm like, oh, maybe I should try to stay within. And then I usually just pick things. Like I'm okay eating the same thing if I find out what works for me. Mm-hmm. Like I can have a Greek yogurt parfait in the morning and be good with that because that gives me my protein and fruit, 0 points. Or make egg scrambles. So I think like when I'm ready, when I go home, because I already have the app, I'm ready. I knew this weekend wouldn't. Like 2 weeks when I go chaperone the 8th graders on the East Coast trip, I can't be super strict with it. And then I think I can be super strict until my trip this summer.
Cool.
I love that.
But then I'll walk enough, right? Like I'll walk enough and I still eat. You eat differently when you travel. So
yeah, you do. You got to enjoy your vacations and stuff, though.
Absolutely.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have one more story that I want to talk about. Well, at least one.
I'm just glad you didn't have to gain weight till you were over 40.
I know, you're lucky.
God, how lucky. I can't eat this
We've
chip
been struggling since junior high, and this girl's 40.
I started saying, I can't eat this chip without thinking about
I know, right? Exactly.
So,
where we grew up in San Diego, it was a mostly all-white suburb. Our high school had like about 1,100 students, and I think I was one of 5 Black students. I've always been comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm used to always being the only Black person or being looked at because, oh, there's a Black person. And you can tell by the way someone looks at you if they've ever seen a Black person or not. But so that's like our dynamic of where we grew up. But what I will say, one thing about Christy, I've always felt like you really like identified with my struggle and like maybe some of the things that I had to deal with. Like I feel like your eyes were open to it. You were very sensitive to it. Always.
I really truly think I was born that way.
Yeah, and I just feel like we got to do your DNA history. I feel like you have Black in you somewhere.
We have it. Karyl and I looked at it today. Maybe 0.01% Sub-Saharan.
Yeah, but you've always identified it. But then the story that I wanted to bring up right now is with Miss Becky here. Okay, so Becky and I went on like a really great trip to New York a couple years ago now. Yeah. And I mean, Becky, you also like when I share things that happen to me, you're very like supportive and you but you're on the right side. You're on the right side of the team and everything. Like with like, oh yeah, that was wrong.
Her eyes aren't. Oh, she's not cognitive. She doesn't see it.
But she never really.
I didn't recognize
or see it. But when we were in New York, we decided to go to Harlem, y'all. Hey, and for those of you that don't know, Harlem got a lot of Black folks.
Like, I want to go to Harlem.
I want to go to the Apollo Theater. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
Who doesn't want to go to the
sure.
Yeah, so we learned how to take the subway, and tell us the story about that. Like how
so we're going to the subway, and then as we were getting closer to Harlem, there was fewer white people. Then all of a sudden,
on the subway, there were fewer white people.
There were none.
And wait, did Jen notice that or what?
No, Jen didn't notice at all. Okay. I whispered, Jen, I'm the only white person on here.
And then I looked around. I'm like, wait. And I looked. I'm like, oh yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is how I feel like 95% of my life.
Yeah, and then I understood that. Then I
Yeah.
understood. So we got off the subway and we
Yeah.
went to this restaurant. She said, I need to go get this. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So we go to the
We
restaurant.
went to the soul food restaurant.
Yeah. We go to the
In
restaurant.
Harlem.
In Harlem.
Yep.
Yep. It was still daylight at this time.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that part.
So you're the only
Still
white folk
daylight.
in
Oh
soul
my
food
God.
restaurant too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so we go in there and they would not look at me. They wouldn't talk to me at all. And so they directed all the questions to Jen. And I'm like I'm standing right here and I'm like Miss Social. So it was like really hard to like
Right.
I'm like
Weren't you
Yeah.
questioning?
Were
Like,
you
what?
I was totally questioning. We sat down and we were like looking to eat, and I didn't know what to eat. And the lady wouldn't really talk to me. She only talked to her. So I would talk to Jen, and then I said, and then she did turn to me to take my order.
Because she had to.
Yeah, but then that was it. For the
Mhm.
rest of the time, she never spoke to me again. And I was like, Jen, they don't even talk to me. Like it was like really weird.
And
Yeah.
then I felt bad being Black in America, knowing how that feels, seeing it all the time, the unspoken stuff
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens to me every
Right.
day.
Yeah.
That's freaking exhausting for
Yeah.
other people that are minorities in this country. And I was mad at myself for not seeing it. Like, bro, I was like, come on, bro, this happens to you all the time. How are you going to not see it? The one
Yeah.
time where you should be sticking up for someone or you should be saying something because you've been mad that no one else is saying anything and noticing.
Yeah.
And the one time I should freaking notice it, I didn't notice it. So I was mad at myself for not noticing it. And then I was like, well, this is a good
I
time
totally
to
understood
speak
it afterwards.
about,
Yeah.
okay,
So then
this
I was
is what
like,
happens to me
yeah.
all the time. You see how you felt?
But then I
How you
understood
felt
it. Yeah.
invisible? And it wasn't, but what did they say to you? Well, they didn't say anything to me. They
Yeah.
didn't even acknowledge that I was
Yeah.
an earthling. They wouldn't even look at me.
Right.
They wouldn't
I
even
wasn't
talk
yeah,
to me.
That was how
I had to
felt.
prove myself. I had to prove that
Yeah.
I was alive. Like, wave, shake, do something to get respect. And you got no respect. And I was like,
Yeah.
finally, she can understand what
Right, yeah.
what we deal with every
Yeah.
Firsthand,
freaking
completely
day.
understood.
Every
Yep.
day, like all the time.
100%.
Like, so if I'm like, and I kind of like walk around sometimes with a chip on my shoulder because having to deal with those unspoken scenarios all the time,
Yeah.
like you start to kind of get a chip on
Well,
your
of course
shoulder.
you
Right.
should.
And it's
rightfully
exhausting,
so.
you guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, if you
literally
have to deal with that all
exhausting.
the time.
You always feel like I I have to like roll out my credentials everywhere I go
Yeah.
to prove
Yeah.
myself that I'm good enough, that I'm smart enough, that you can talk to me like I'm a regular person,
Yeah,
like
you'll
I understand
right.
English.
Yeah.
Like,
We should
Come
be
on.
so way past that kind of stuff.
yeah, but it was really great. It was a great learning experience
I
for you
don't
to have, I
understand
think.
it.
And now you can really understand what's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
and how, like just how it feels.
I
to
think
be a
it's
minority.
interesting because like discrimination, it can be in so many different categories.
Yeah.
Like not just race, but we call it lifestyle.
Yeah. Lifestyle too. Yeah.
I experienced that growing
Socioeconomic
up
status for sure.
because me and my family was treated like dirt.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have money.
Absolutely. And
That's for sure.
it's almost like the teachers knew, everybody knew that if you came from a little bit of money or
Mhm.
something,
Just
you were
treated different.
they were treated entirely different. So you grow up feeling like you're not good enough,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
so. I remember quite a few things, and I'm sure, like I don't even know, like so many things. Like my brother can like teachers just being hard on you because you didn't come from like money or
Mhm.
whatever, and
Yeah.
and now I love it
unfortunate.
because now I'm like, hey, I'm doing better now than you ever did in your entire
Yeah.
life, and my brother too. Like, so screw you,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
know.
what
Does it make you want to go back?
Like I do. I want to sometimes go back and like, especially one teacher in particular. But so I get it. There's discrimination in different categories, but I
Absolutely.
cannot imagine like that was in Eastern Kentucky though, and probably in small towns. Yours is different. It's more,
Everywhere.
yeah,
Mine's
Exactly.
everywhere I go.
exactly.
Every state, every city
Exactly.
that I've lived in and been in is everywhere.
I remember we went to
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel, and you're like, I was like, Jen, you're like, Karyl. I was like, where are you sitting? She's like, it's like Finding Waldo. Just look for me. Cracker Barrel.
Because I was the only Black person up in that Cracker Barrel. More.
And I had to screenshot that because I love that Jen can at least like
But it makes me like being like one of her longest friends.
Cracker
Like it
Barrel.
makes
Oh
me
my god,
the opposite. It makes me super sad because I feel like
it is.
Yeah.
I
you've
don't
always
get
had to make
it.
light on it to not be so angry. Like you have barely a chip, but you have like barely a fleck of glitter as opposed to what you really honestly, like in my opinion, like rightfully so. Like that's also I have a
Yeah.
degree in cross-cultural studies because that's so important. It is who I am, but
So
like you
smart.
shouldn't have to. And I feel like there was a time when I was calling her every day. Are you okay? What can I do? Like I need to be
Was
there
this
for
that
you.
George
Yes,
Floyd?
I was
Okay,
having
after George
melt.
Floyd. Yeah, everybody was
So
calling me.
sad.
But my meltdowns are real. I'm like,
Yeah.
because I mean, I think like,
We
but
do
I
talk
think
about
like
it.
growing up, like people always said, you guys are the opposite. You're like the backwards Oreo. Like they would always make comments, and I think like we were so accustomed to
Okay.
it because Jen was my best friend. She really is like my sister. So okay, maybe I do actually
Yeah.
a little more this and
Okay.
that, and like looking. I mean, really, but now looking back, like I think the truth is you acted in such a way because my opinion is you had to put yourself in a different light and carry yourself different
Yeah.
because of what you deal with every day.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how honest
can't
to
either.
God.
I kind of wish I would
Like
reach
always
out.
having to know, like I have to put on my larger than life and my biggest
Yeah.
smile and like no
And she
matter what,
does.
even
And-
and
yeah.
you do you
Yeah, and you have the pressure of like feeling like you are carrying the weight of your entire race when
I
you're
can't
black.
imagine. Yeah.
To me, this is my experience. Not all black people feel this way, but this is how I feel. Like I'm representing the whole race, whereas I don't feel like white people have
not
to
the
do
majority.
that.
I think a few.
Like I don't feel like you guys feel that way.
I don't feel that way.
Like if you see someone,
I actually
acting a
though
fool,
when
like,
I see all the
it's not like you don't think all white people are like that. But if I go act a fool somewhere, I feel like I just impacted all these people's perception on what black people are. Like that's just.
I think like a smidge though. I think when there's super overt racism, like against people of color, and it's publicized and it's so accepted more. I mean, honestly, I feel like in 2024 we're worse than 1964 when like the Civil Rights Act was signed. But I really truly do, like to the core of my being. But it's as a white person who is so against that, it affects me in such a way because I always feel like I have to say like that is not everyone's, and I do think I think because people have got more comfortable with being overtly racist in more recent years, which is absolutely abhorrent. But like I feel like I'm ultra like over defending, like that is not me. It's not you. It's not how we raised our kids to be. But you know what I mean? But I feel like certain people look and do think like and I'm like, no. I mean, and I know I'm a small I really believe I'm a small percentage. I think there is a lot of it.
But you know what I think? I think that with having to go have all the different life experiences that we have all had, whether great or small, like I really feel like it really makes us be humble, and it also makes us identify the plight, see the plight of others, and feel compassion for people that have the same struggle or might be having, and it makes you want to stick up for them. You know, like if you see an injustice or you see someone that's now, you know, if you, maybe it might make you more aware of when I'm feeling that way now that you felt it, and you might be able to, hey,
or the next time it happens, what my hunch is. You'll be in a situation again because I've experienced that a lot, and maybe like in my interracial dating and those kind of situations, that's what's made me get those looks in a different way, right? And that could be from black folks looking at me that way, like why are you? It goes both ways, and then also white folks looking at me like why are you with them? So I think like my eyes have been open for so long, and some of the people I've dated even are like they don't know. I'm like you don't know you? Yes, hello, we're human. Yeah. But I think your eyes will open faster and faster, and you'll see those injustices way quicker.
Right.
But what I appreciate about you guys is that like you're willing to learn, even though we're older. You guys are still like, Jen, what do you think about this? Or this is what happened with this, and what's your take on that? Like getting the input from
I need to get more like that.
Subject matter experts or somebody else that has a different view than you. Like you're willing to all do that to make sure that you're not just looking at it through your own lens, but you're able to see it from other.
Because I wish I reached out to you during the George Floyd thing, and I didn't. But because I was dealing with something different, because my son always wanted to be a police officer since he was little, and then when all that happened, his friends was anti-police, was telling him how bad of a person that he was for wanting to be that, and all my son ever wanted to be was to help people. He's the most giving, kind person ever. Yeah. And then when that happened, he has lost track of. He's lost what he wants to do.
His goal,
his dream.
Absolutely.
His dream was shattered.
Absolutely. They told him he was a bad person for wanting to be a police officer. And Andrew probably would have been that one police officer.
That make a difference.
Absolutely.
And stand up for what's
and
wrong.
now he's lost.
Right.
Mhm.
He's 23.
I won't pray about
Like you.
You single?
We're pointing to Sierra. She's off.
Becky's
She's
daughter.
been-
Becky's
this whole
oldest
time, Sierra,
daughter.
Becky's, yeah.
And
her
he's
oldest.
he's the best person. All he's ever wanted to do is help people since he was a toddler. I remember driving by a car accident. He's like, Mom, I wish I was a superhero to help that person right there.
Mhm.
And all he ever wanted to do was this, and now it's gone because he's so worried about what his friends think, what society thinks. And now,
Mhm.
I hate to say it, I'm kind of glad he's not a police officer
Yeah.
because of all the shit's going on.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
they're so hated.
They are.
It's like, it's really scary. But so I'm trying to, like, I do wish I reached out to you because I wanted your take on it, but I didn't know how to approach it. But also, I was dealing with Andrew and his
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
it's
I
hard
was,
to approach too because you don't know.
I don't know.
Those were some of the
Say,
hardest
You know,
conversations.
you don't want to
No.
say
It was
something
very
that's
different.
like,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But my kids even reached out to you.
Yeah, I'm the easiest person to come to.
See, I wish
You know,
everyone.
I wish
My-
my son could have, because maybe, honestly, maybe he would have been like, screw everybody. I'm going to police academy. This is what I want to do,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make a difference.
My
And now he's
kids
just
reach
lost.
out to
Yeah.
Jen all
Yeah,
the time.
Gracie
with race
has reached
issues
out to me
all
about
the
social
time.
media stuff. Like,
Oh my
I was gonna
God.
post this. Should I do this? I'm like, and I look at it, I'm like, yeah, don't do that one. Like, it's a trend. It's a trend, and I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna want to do that one. But she's smart enough to know to ask.
Right.
Oh,
Before
You know.
before it's out there
Yeah,
for all the world to see.
Yeah, and she does. She
my
listens.
God.
She knows
Yeah.
I won't hear
What-
it.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Well, even today, she said we were going to get our ice cream, and she goes, "I think she's identifying that she's a lot, and I'm a lot." she goes,
We call it extra.
extra. I think she said, since you're extra, do you find yourself
Extra.
liking to be around other people that are extra or people that are more
Mellow.
calm?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had to like pause in the ice cream parking lot, and I'm all, honestly, I think like everyone, all you guys like to have a good time, but I think more calm. I think actually, like,
Yeah,
I
I am
know I'm
calm.
so
You
woo.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
think-
I'm woo. And I like, yeah, you're calm, and you're pretty calm.
I'm
You have
calm.
fun.
no,
You're
she's
not
she is feisty.
You
I
can
go
get.
which way.
You
You are.
Either way,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
She
can
swings
get.
both ways.
You go.
I
You,
know.
yeah, you swing both. Well,
No,
she
that's
doesn't.
another podcast.
No, she doesn't. We're just kidding.
I
But
know.
No,
I
yeah,
know,
but
I
she,
know.
yeah, you do. Yeah, I
But if she
Whatever
did-
you need me to
you're
be.
whatever I need. Yeah, you are. Thank you. We
Absolutely.
appreciate that. We love you for that. But this girl trip has been so fun. We also,
No.
what did we do yesterday? We hiked 7 miles.
Oh,
Oh,
I
shit.
thought
We hiked 7 miles.
Oh, so
We
you
had- You
Well,
had issues
no.
all weekend.
Okay,
You had
so-
issues all weekend. This poor
I'm
girl.
So
so
this girl-
pain. My legs are.
I thought I was
That's 'cause
gonna
you walked the
die.
fastest.
My heart rate, the big girl, right at the current moment. We'll
You
check
were the
back in next
anchor.
year.
Anchor's
I
important.
chose to be the anchor, but sometimes I'd have to sit down and pray to God, thank
make
Him for the
it-
breath in my
She's
lungs, and then
awesome.
honestly pray.
Awesome.
But our friend here,
She got in a fight with a cactus.
not that bad.
We
wait,
are in
after
Arizona.
she said, I don't. What'd you
No,
say?
what'd
I
you
don't
say?
think we're gonna finish this hike without someone falling.
Oh, she smoked that out of her mouth. And
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah, and I fell into a cactus. I slipped
No.
and grabbed onto the cactus and the
To catch her
needles
fall.
went to catch my fall.
But wait, let me just tell you. All I heard, because I was behind her at the time, all I heard was,
oh shit!
I was like, oh,
Becky's
what
ahead
happened?
of her. We're
I
behind
could-
her.
She had rounded the curve. I didn't see her fall.
I
You
saw
are.
just her hand pop up, and
And I
I'm
saw
like,
Jennifer say, "Where is she?"
Because here I am thinking, doggone it, I told Jeremy I was going to take care of her, and here she goes.
I turned around and saw you in the midst of.
And I was just-
like,
so besides the
man.
cacti in your hand, what else? She has a little other reminder.
a twisted ankle. It
That's
never happened
swole up.
Well,
during
at least your rings
or
got back on.
And
yeah,
a bruise
I put
on
my
her booty.
I forced
And a
them
bruise on your booty.
and a big bruise on my booty.
And
But you
yeah.
know what? I still made it to the Madonna concert.
In heels.
In
Without a
heels.
black eye.
Without,
No
yeah.
black eye.
But hey, Becky, I want to
Black
give Becky
Eye
a
Karyl.
shout out. Mama of 4 here. She is the queen of taking out splinters and any other objects that you accidentally get
She's
in your
a
body.
surgeon.
She was able to successfully remove how many splinters? Or
Oh, it was
what do you
quite
call
a
those
bit.
things?
Quite a
Needles?
bit.
Probably like
I think
6.
she needs a side hustle.
Yeah.
Like if you're in
You should
Arizona,
go
you
shout
go
out.
onto a
You should go
cactus.
sit at the bottom of the canyon and just have your
First
pliers
aid
out there.
kit. First aid kit.
Do you know that my kids' friends would always come to me when they had.
Not
Take the
me.
splinters
I'd be
away.
like, soak it in
Oh my
baking
God.
soda or
Yeah,
something.
No, I'm not kidding because they knew that
Yeah.
I could Gracie
I don't
would be
do
like,
that. I don't
"Oh,
do
go
that.
to my mom. She'll get it out." Or
And you
Sierra,
did.
go to my mom. She'll get
And
it
what did
out.
I say? When
Yeah.
I said Becky will get all
Yeah,
this
that's what I
out.
was
when
telling
we get
Jeremy.
home.
Jeremy kept asking me, well, how's it going to be taken care of? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Becky knows.
Good thing it was Becky because I don't.
And Becky was the one that told you to take your rings off because she saw your
she
feet
did
are
because it
swelling
was
up.
swelling up. They're
Yeah.
still tight, but
Yeah.
it was really bad
Yeah,
yesterday.
it
It
was. And then when
was.
you came out limping, I was like, "What in the devil? Jeremy's gonna kill
I
me."
was trying to hide it. I was trying
There
to
was
hide
no
it.
hiding
I
it.
told Jennifer, I said, Jennifer, don't tell the girls. I said,
And then she
girl-
goes, and then she starts limping back to the room. Like, I don't have to tell them anything. You're
I said,
showing
"No,
it.
I think I'm like a week and whatever.
And then when we were both walking down, remember to go to the
Yeah,
concert,
yeah, I was
we're like, both of us, my knees are giving out, her ankle,
We
our
made
age
it.
was showing,
Hey,
but we had a
we
good time.
made it.
Yeah,
we made
did.
it.
That was fun. And this is the last night of our time together, so that's why we wanted to make sure we did
I got
the
another
podcast.
question though before
Yeah,
we end.
sure.
Okay. Go look. How do you keep your friendship intact after all these years? Like, what do you do to nurture it?
Christy?
Oh, so we just keep in touch. You would call.
Are we better at that now that our kids are grown? Like, well, most of our kids are grown.
I think
Like,
we're better,
in
but I
our
think we have
different
busy,
states.
even still today though, like we have busy times. Like I'll call Jen like on my way home from work. She's already on a phone call and then it's the text like I'll call you back.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like stuff happens though, but I think
Yeah.
it's also like not being like, oh my God, you didn't call me back. And then by the second time I said, no ma'am, you said that last time. Like I think it's just that because,
Calling me out.
but in
Yeah.
our schedule, she's 3 hours ahead. Like
That's
sometimes
right.
I call her in the morning. I think it's when
That's for
if
sure
she
hard
crosses
to
my
do.
mind just to
That's
call her in the
right,
moment,
that
I
time
try.
difference.
Because we are busy. Like
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah, it's got
But
That's
I
fine.
try when you call me if I'm not available, like I try to like do that custom message real quick or say I'm on another call, I'll call you back so you know that I'm not like
Ignoring
Ignoring
me,
your
but then
call.
she forgets to call
But,
back because
yeah,
she
I
doesn't
do.
have
I
the
do
memory
too.
of an elephant.
I do
yeah, I
too.
don't. Yeah.
But
But
that's
important.
okay. Life happens.
Yeah.
But I think it's that. I think it's making moments. Like we've already said, like we have to make a plan for another weekend. I think you have to be more intentional,
Yeah.
especially if everyone lives in different places.
Right, for sure.
And like something that you said earlier, where the relationship's more important than the events that happen. So like we had something happen last night, and this morning I came to you and I apologized first, and then we started talking about it. We apologized to each other, and we moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, it
Because you
was
love
a
each
nightmare.
other.
It was bothersome or whatever, but
Very bothersome though. Like I mean, it was like
it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But
for both, and I
Yeah.
think it's also like at this age though, like.
Yeah.
Last night in my head was like, oh well, like here we go. Like if it's it, really.
yeah,
It was pretty emotional. Like I think on both sides, I think sometimes feelings get hurt. Like we say things we don't. I'm not even going to say we don't mean them. I think I think there's different ways to carry
Yeah.
yourself or to say things. Like I can think you're being X, but there's different ways to communicate my feelings, and I think there's lessons. There's lessons to be learned
Yeah.
until we die, really.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're not willing to learn from them, that's where the
Oh,
problem
there's going to
is.
be more.
Absolutely.
Oh, for the rest of your life.
Oh,
But I
there's
think
gonna
it's
be
like being
more.
more aware, more like.
Yes.
But then it also made me not willing to get up and leave a moment with Gracie this morning to go join. Like I knew I needed to, but I also knew that had to happen. So I think
Yeah.
it's just being more. And I told you that yesterday. I think I asked her how hard it is when she has,
3 friends,
and she's,
to
and it's
divvy up
different,
time.
right? But our relationships are different. Like I
It's
feel.
great.
But I feel like I'm like a soul sister.
love
Like you're new.
it.
You seem soul
I
sister,
love
bestie. Like
it.
live fun life. But like I think you're the closest best friend. That's just what it. And family. But I think
Yeah.
you're family because you guys spend so much more
Yeah.
time together.
Right.
So it's also like their friendship, their relationship's different. Not friendship because I think we're all a family. But
Right.
I asked her how hard is it? Like because that would be hard for me. I
didn't
have
feel
to
like it was
go
hard.
in a moment. But in a
I
moment
didn't
where
even
I'm
think
like.
about that. I didn't even think about
I
it.
didn't
I was
think
just
about
having
it
such. I was just having such a good.
But I think because I'm all
time.
like hypersensitive
Mhm.
to fairness and
You
justice
are,
and equality.
yeah.
So in me, like because my feelings will get hurt and be like,
Yeah.
there's like in my observations are like, they're so much closer. And then I'm like, but they spend so much more time together. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like that, but that's
Right.
my own. That's my
That's
own
your inner
stuff.
dialogue that
Right.
you're
And that's
having,
my
yeah.
own stuff.
Yeah.
That's not your fault for
Oh.
being that close. That's my job to figure out how to get closer. And then I'm
Right,
like,
right.
how to get closer to you because we're actually
That's true.
closer and should be able to
Right.
see each other more. But like we all have life. And then
Yeah.
Carol's just gonna be
Everything's
stuck in
busy.
getting
Yeah.
into all our dysfunction. But we're all gonna be four now. Like, and I think that,
Yeah.
like, but I would have a hard time. I think I'd be trying to over, like too much, and I'd be stressed
no.
out. But I think you do.
Right.
You're very
Trying to make
intentional
sure
with your
We're
words.
trying to
and,
make
yeah.
sure everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have felt completely welcome.
You
and
have?
just,
Oh,
like,
good. That's what I was wondering.
absolutely. I feel like I made a connection with everyone because I was so nervous about coming into
You were?
it.
You were?
I was like, because
That'd be scary. Intimidating a little bit.
I
We've
could
all been
totally
friends
see
our
that,
whole life. Yeah.
you don't know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, because I'm like, I'm going to go in how I am. Hopefully they like me.
We
'cause
love you. Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
pretend like I'm something I'm not. I'm just not.
No.
I gave that up many
Yeah, as you-
years ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just am who I am, and I
And
own
we
it.
love you.
So,
And I told her, like, me and her were in the room, and I said to her, I said they like you. I said I could tell they like you because they're talking to you a lot. Like I hear you having conversations with each other.
Well, I was
joking.
trying
I'm
to
like,
date
yeah, they definitely.
everybody.
Like, I could tell that you
I
guys.
did get
fit
nervous,
in
but I'm
together
like,
well.
but I really feel like I had a connection with everybody.
That's
Yeah.
great. I'm
It's
so
just
happy.
amazing. And I
I'm
was so
glad.
excited because at her age to be able just to make a friend, it's just,
It's hard.
It's super
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially at my age, because I have a lot of friends that's like 60 and 70 years
Wow.
old.
Older.
And they party like you wouldn't believe. But, and Jeremy's like, Karyl, we are not
We're
making
looking for
any
the
more
wrong age of
friends unless they're under 50 years old right now. Because all
No,
my friends
you
are-
like the old ladies because then Jeremy's not gonna.
No, it's not
Because they're
that.
old ladies.
No, 'cause
That would be me.
they all party
Can they all be
really
70? Perfect.
good. I have some really good parties at my house with older people. I'm like, I can't keep up. It's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane because they don't give a fuck.
They
Like,
don't.
Like Madonna, it's just
Right.
Like Madonna.
I think that's
like
probably,
Madonna.
this house is probably the best for all of us to be together because
I love it.
I think we kind of live like that. Well,
And
my
you're-
house does. Like, we don't care. Like, we literally are
Oh,
just like, everyone just kind of whatever.
Yeah. And your kids
And
are
it's comfortable.
amazing. I tell my husband, it's like,
Yeah.
Becky's kids are amazing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I could pack up Raya and take her home, and I could definitely
Raya
take her home.
and
If
Sierra.
I could pick a wife for my
You're
son.
going, Sierra. We're gonna move you to
Her.
Kentucky, sister.
Time for you to meet someone new.
Sierra sang a song for us earlier for the piano.
She did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, your kids are amazing. Everyone are
Thanks.
talented, just amazing.
It's so unique, also uniquely different.
I do.
And that's
do
what's
like
so
that.
neat.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Henry.
like I was telling Jennifer. I
Henry.
was telling Jennifer, your house reminds me of my best friend Keitha's house that I went to growing up, where it was my sanctuary. I could be a child. I could have
Yeah, you can be
fun,
whoever you want.
be
Like, yeah.
creative. We have videos. We have VHS tapes of us
Yeah.
putting on Saturday
Becky
Night
probably does
Live.
too.
Seriously, being kids. And so when I came here and I saw like how just awesome it is, and then
Yeah.
like you're telling me how Ray, I'm sorry, did certain things. I'm like, that is exactly what my sanctuary was growing up.
Yeah.
So
And before you got here, I went to Jen and I'm like, Jen, do I need to clean or what? Like, what am I getting myself into here?
I said no.
And
just
then
do
she
it
was
for
like,
yourself.
she was
Just
like,
leave it.
oh no, she didn't care about stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, like we're good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just need to
Okay.
know
Yeah.
where I stand. Like,
Yeah.
do like are Aaron and I clean this whole house?
I still
you know?
wouldn't.
Like,
I would have been like. I mean, it'd be look kind of pretty
well,
good right
we
now.
wouldn't, it wouldn't
but
have been like
the
spectacular.
bed will be made with
but-
fresh
No.
sheets and pillows.
But-
We're all
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
But I was like definitely like I wanted to know, okay, where am I standing here?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then
That's
and then she
nerve-wracking.
was just like, oh no, it's fine. You can just leave it how I come.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
How you live
oh,
every
okay.
day.
I was like, okay, well the bedroom's clean and the bathroom's
That's
clean.
it, that's
Perfect.
perfect.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all we need. And I was like, all right. Well then Aaron said the same thing. So then, which is funny because he was concerned about the same thing. Jen
Oh.
got here, and then the next morning, he was texting me. Okay, so one comes today and one comes tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Well, are we cleaning? Do we need to do that? Like it wasn't. It didn't. You were already here. Jen's here. Okay, we already know what she.
Yeah,
You know what you
yeah.
require. So
Live
we're
your
like.
life.
He's
Yeah.
like, but that was like a concern to him. Like,
Yeah.
do we need to clean our? I mean, is this what are we doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
I
no,
get it.
they're cool. We don't have to do anything.
And you know
Thank
what?
God.
And whenever you guys come to my home, it's gonna be the same way. So
Yeah.
it may not be. It may not
I
be
mean, Aaron did
spotless,
clean
but it's
anyways. Like,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
went
what it
through and cleaned,
is.
but-
So.
But
Yeah.
I've been at all the homes, and yeah, I
Yeah.
feel the same way at every home. Like I can just go into the pantry, get
Yeah.
whatever. I
Oh,
want.
and you should.
I can
Right.
come and go as I need. If I need to borrow a car, y'all just give me the keys.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
Go.
no.
I mean, like literally, you guys would be
Yes.
comfortable at
Yeah.
everyone's home, just so you know.
Yeah,
So I've been
I'm
all
like-
I think it's like that. I've been somewhere where someone and they were at their own kid's house and were nervous to go use the Nespresso machine morning. And I said, "Oh, I'm not. I'm Angie, and I'm not scared. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make
So it's like,
coffee. Like if I just feel like you have to be that way.
yeah.
I know not everyone's that way, so I know it's a
Yeah.
blessing.
No, there's
but
some
like,
homes that you
yes.
go in.
Definitely
Yeah,
not like
you
that.
can't
No.
like you don't feel like you could touch
Houses.
anything.
No,
or
I have a
like,
friend.
none of your
Open
house
anything,
door.
and
I'm
I
afraid
don't
to
care
use
what
her
you
toilet.
find. No, do you. Whatever you
Yeah.
find, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's all yours.
Yeah, always want everybody to feel welcome and wanted.
So now we have to plan another girls' trip, which we will do.
Yeah, we gotta do at
'Cause
least
this
once a
one's
year.
ending now.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that was so fun.
It
this
was,
weekend
and I thank
was
you
fun.
guys
Yeah.
so much for welcoming me. And I know it's so weird because I'm like, you guys have such a history, and I'm just kind of coming into it.
So you're in. You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
but feel like
global,
I
girl.
feel like
fit
you
in
joined
everywhere.
right in though.
And she
Like
fits
I
in
felt like
anywhere.
you
And
were.
she, like there was
I
not
felt like
not.
I
that-
felt like
no,
we've
I
been
did not
friends
feel.
forever.
Yes,
Oh,
See?
I feel the same.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yes.
felt like.
That's
So
what you do to people.
Because
I
though.
didn't feel like
No.
I had to go out and like do something extra.
no.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean?
I
To
feel the
like
same.
make you feel like comfortable. Like
It was
I
just
felt
like a new
you just-
missing puzzle piece. Like
Right.
here she is.
Right,
she's
I
good.
felt like you were just
I didn't
comfortable,
feel-
so
yeah.
I didn't have to do
Well,
anything. Otherwise, I
honestly,
totally would have done
I
stuff.
think
more
like
stuff,
10
but-
years ago, you probably
We did, we got her
may have
Cheez-Its.
felt differently but now I'm so comfortable, like with my past, my upbringing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is who I
Yeah.
am.
This is who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
This is who I am, and there's so much more to me than
And when
No, I
you
felt
when
very
she agreed to do
comfortable.
the flooring on Friday and she was down with it, I was like, oh cool, yeah.
I
she's
kept
gonna fit
figuring
right
it
in.
away. And I kept
I know
figuring
when
it
you touch
away,
me, you're like,
though.
we're good for
No.
we're good for
No.
Like,
good.
I don't want to tell anybody like maybe you should do this, or I'm like, I will to Jeremy, but anybody else, I'm like,
I did.
I
You
can't
can
do
totally do
it.
that.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I can't
I
do
don't
it.
care.
I just can't. I can't. Not that
That's
I
good.
saw you making a true mistake, I'd be like, but otherwise,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like,
Yeah.
I just sit back. I always feel like I'm in the way.
No,
We had fun.
Yeah, we did good.
Oh, I was
Okay.
going to show you pictures too. My stairs before and after, so
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see. Like we
Oh.
really love working around the house.
Yeah.
And when you think I'm lazy, I just didn't
Yeah.
want to like step on any toes.
Aw.
'Cause I'm not like super.
No, it was just even all being up there. I think that's part of it. Just have not being.
It
able
I
to
love
do it
that
by
first
yourself.
night.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that first night was cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
It
that was
awesome.
cool.
I for sure thought it was fun.
Well, thank you guys so much for like
Yeah.
seriously.
You
Like,
guys, this was great.
I
This was like
really
so
hope we
natural.
keep-
and
I keep
awesome.
hoping we nurture a relationship, and I want you guys to. I know Becky, you don't have to fight, and it's okay.
We'll get her through it. We'll
But
figure it
you
out.
can-
No,
Come to
you
my
drive to me at
home.
least.
Becky doesn't like to fly, so
You
everybody pray for
You can
her,
bring
please.
your kids too, and we'll just have a good time at my house, and
So you can bring the kids.
I can drive.
She'll drive to
And,
Florida, but I'm not. I'm gonna
she
fly
will.
meet you.
especially
Well, if you're driving, I
Rhea,
could come.
not
Rhea.
Riot. Because
Rhea,
you gotta
yeah.
remember, I'm from Eastern Kentucky. Everything's like I like to ride my bike, so
Yeah.
Rhea is
Right,
Rhea.
okay. She might get Rhea wrong a couple
So-
of
That's
times.
all right. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at the horse capital. We had the World Equestrian Games there a few years back. Like I would love
Yeah.
to have you guys there and just do
Oh,
horse
cool. Another
stuff.
girls
Oh,
trip,
yeah,
guys.
that would
You
be
down?
great
We'll
stuff.
get her there somehow, even if she has
Yeah,
to
all
drive.
of us.
We could do a train.
Okay,
Everybody
we'll talk
stays
about
at
it.
my
That'd be
house.
fun.
Let me tell you another thing what I like about you, Becky.
Oh yes.
I'll tell you. Because I thought maybe I need to get a hotel.
Oh, she did
I
tell me
told her
that.
that. I'm like, no,
'Cause
I
I have
don't.
friends. I have
And I'm
friends.
like, what?
I have friends. You don't stay at their home. They
Yeah.
and I'm not like that.
Mhm.
Right.
You kind of get a hotel, but I get almost offended if you come to town and I'm like, I have room for you, and
Yeah,
I want to take
I
care
know
of
Right.
you.
that's- I know that's how
And
she
you know?
is. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, I probably need to get a hotel. Is what I'm used to doing, And Jennifer's like, why? Why?
I think that's interesting to see, like that we are all like as many air mattresses, blankets.
Whatever.
we
Right.
need right
I'll
now.
sleep on the couch.
I
I
just-
didn't know that,
care.
but I didn't know that wasn't normal, and I've met
Yeah.
some people that
I
are
thought
not
it was
so
normal.
willing, even if they
Right.
have extra
They're not
rooms.
welcoming. Yeah.
And you're like, I don't for what? What do you have these extra rooms for? Then?
Right.
In my mind, but there
Right.
is people that really don't open up their
Yeah.
homes.
I'm like, everyone just come here.
That's shocking to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have friends.
I
I'm
think
like,
that's
who's
shocking.
sleeping where? I'm throwing a bed over there.
We were
and
just
I'm
talking
doing
about-
like, yeah.
What did we just talk about? Grace like sleeping in a bathtub. She was showing us something on social media. We're like, we'll all fit. We'll get one room
Yeah,
and we'll all fit.
right.
You get the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm serious. I
No.
have some friends that's like, they don't even have kids at their home, and you.
That's so weird.
Shoot, I'm like, I'm
know.
I'm not away from my
That's so
home so much. I
weird,
even
yeah.
tell people I have all your codes. Well, I have certain codes for people on my door. I'm like, y'all know your code. Go ahead and go in if you need it. My car's in the garage. The keys are hanging up.
I have
I'm
one
gone
code for
for 4
everyone.
months, but you can use the house. If you,
Yeah.
I'm halfway between Chicago and Detroit, so if you got anything in those places, go ahead.
I
And
know.
use
I
it.
love when she's like, yeah, your code is in my door. I'm like, oh my
I'm like, here's your code. Yeah,
god.
everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
It was
did
fun.
great. It was fun.
And it's St. Patrick's Day today.
Yes,
That's why
happy
we're-
St. Patrick's Day.
That's
I
right
did
there.
have
That's
my
why we're
shirt on.
drinking.
Yes.
Green-
Made-
green
made a
bottles.
change.
Green
But
bottle.
just one more thing. Becky has we both got these shirts called, they say pinch this on it in junior high. This chick still has her shirt.
Along with
And
her
wore it today.
mixtapes.
And her mixtape and her Nintendo
Nintendo,
from
yeah.
1985 with all the games. Yeah, she keeps everything.
Look at your mixtape.
And they all still work.
And they all
so.
still work.
See, she reminds me so much of my friend Keith. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You're
I probably
you guys
do.
are
It's
priceless.
probably
Hang
so
on
good,
to
bro.
childhood stuff. I love it.
You guys are stuck with me for life. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have some more for you next time.
Let's see how long that went.
2 hours.
Ooh.